Hey YouTube, welcome back to another review of Costco items. And in this one, it is particularly the P&G, the Procter and Gamble special that they have going on now. And I want to just take a moment to talk about this and the importance of it. And I see it as akin to the 401k matching, for example, that your employer might do, where you would be leaving free money on the table if you did not take advantage of this Procter and Gamble offer. In that these are things that you are likely already purchasing. These are items that you are likely already using on a regular basis. And I mean, they run the mill between shaving and detergent and dishwashing liquid to oral care, pretty much personal hygiene type items and cleaning supplies. If you are using any of these items, this is the time to purchase them because you have an opportunity to get a 25% rebate or save 25% on those items. So it's important to match your employer program, whether that's a 401k or a thrift savings plan in the federal government. And it's important for you to try to get to this minimum spend on these Procter and Gamble products if you use any of these. And as you can see right up the front in this store in Nevada, they are putting the products up front so you can see them. Oil of Olay, well, not oil of Olay anymore. It's just Olay. They're on sale for the Procter and Gamble. And then this, I pulled the ad from the website so you can see that this Gillette Venus Comfort Glide, it's $23.99 online, but in the store it is $21.99. So some of the products have a different price, of course, between the online and the in-store. So be mindful of that. Now that's interesting for the women. It's a $2 price increase. But for the men, these razors, $39.99 in the store, are also $39.99 online. So if you run into something like that and you want the convenience of having these products delivered to your front door, and there's free delivery, in some cases they might offer some type of free delivery, then maybe this is a product that is okay to purchase online. But otherwise, I would really verify if you're buying these things online, how much more you're paying, because when there is a price difference, that price difference could be 20%. There are some items that you'll see later where it's $10.99 here in the store, like this one, the floss, for example, or no, these are the toothbrushes, but the floss, which is coming up later, it's $10.99 and it's $2 more online. And so it might not be worth it, especially when you're talking about multiple products. You're spending $2 extra for each of those items. That's a 20% increase. Now, these Oral-B brush heads, they are actually the same. I looked at this both online and in the store, and it's both $43.99. And if this is something that you need because you have an Oral-B like I do, you can see I have one in the cart. I'm deciding maybe I should get another one just so, again, I can get to this minimum spend right away here. It makes sense to just go ahead and stock up. So I got two, which will probably last me a year and a half, maybe 2 years, but I'd rather go ahead and get them all now and get them at a savings of $11 off. And on top of that, an additional 25% off because you get $25 for every $100 you spend. All right, so just going through here, and you can see these items that are on sale, and just to be able to stack that savings where they're giving you the coupon, quote unquote, off, and they're giving you the 25% on top of that. Now's the time. And not all the items have a coupon value off, so there are some Procter and Gamble items that are covered for this savings event, but they're not on sale. And again, though, those are things that you use, even though they're not on sale right now, I believe it is still worth it to stock up. And even if you're not one of the prepper types who believe the world is coming to an end, this is the time to develop at least a little bit of a stockpile, if you will. All right. So coming back to these products, that's the Cascade. I want to go online to look at this one. It's $19.99 for that very same Cascade Platinum Plus dishwasher detergent action pads. 81 count, exact same count. $17.99 in the store. So that's one of those areas where it is a $2 difference. But again, of course, if you are not mobile, can't get around, you need to have these things delivered. Still, this is the time to buy it, and still buy enough to be able to get at least the minimum 100. But if you just happen to go to 150, then add another 50 so you can go to 200. And my understanding is you can have 2 of these rebates per membership card. So if you have a player 2 and you want to go through this again for them, you can absolutely do that. Now in this Downy, we're going to use the smell-o-vision here. You can smell that Downy freshness. I did take a whiff of that in the store, and I have to say it smelled pretty good, actually. I'm not a big fan of these additives to my laundry, so I've not used that before, but that actually smelled pretty good. The Downy Extra Bubbles. I do use a fabric softener, and it's either Downy or Kirkland brand, usually whichever it's on sale or what have you. But I don't use the extra additives. And then here's some Febreze strips. These things are good in your vehicle. And if you are an Uber driver or a Lyft driver, you can certainly stand apart from other Ubers and Lyfts by having some of these in your car. It says it lasts for 40 days. Not sure on that. But that's something you can use. You can have whiter teeth in 3 days with the Crest toothpaste. And they have all of these Crest items, of course, are covered with the Procter & Gamble and on sale. And this one says it removes 20 years of stains. So if you're 19, this will remove stains from back in the womb. Apparently 20 years of stains. And then the floss, which I mentioned to you earlier, this is something that I do absolutely use. And though I already have, I think, 1 whole pack of these at home and another 2, floss containers, I'm buying 2 full containers today because this, along with the Oral-B, the toothbrush heads, will get me to that $100. Again, this is about savings. Do this for the savings. This is 25% off. If we're trying to fight inflation, this is one way we can go about that, by buying things when they are on sale. And in this case, on sale and a rebate with the Costco card, which of course I am certain you will have no problem doing. And while this is running, I do want to make sure to mention, when you get your receipt, take a picture of that receipt because you don't want to lose that. You will need to submit a picture of that receipt online in order to get the Costco card. So just be real careful about that and make sure that you follow through. Sometimes people will go through this, say, oh, I can get this extra savings and this discount card by buying a certain amount. But then they don't follow through with submitting the rebate receipt. And I don't know if that's a tactic that people or companies use, assuming somebody might buy a gift card and never use it, or buy something for a rebate. Menards does that a lot now. They'll give you 11% off, but you have to submit the receipt and get the rebate in the mail. So in this case, you will get an email. You don't have to wait for something in the mail to get your Costco card, but you do have to follow through. So I want to encourage you that you do this. Purchase the items that are necessary to achieve the minimum of at least 100 spend if you're using these products. But then follow up and make sure that you, on the other end, get to the computer, or if you can't do that, get somebody who can help you with that and upload those receipts so that you can get your money back. And by the way, it doesn't have to be an all one purchase. I'm doing that today, making sure I get the entire amount so that I can just have 1 receipt. But if you were to have 2 receipts, no problem. You submit both of those as long as they add up. to the amount, and they don't have to be on the same day. All right, so some Always Ultra Thin Air, $10.99. I did not look at the prices online to see if there were a different price there in those products, but I would just say do your due diligence as it relates to that. And if you're a person who has it delivered, just double check to see if you're getting 10 items and they're each $2 more, you're essentially paying 20% more, $20 extra in some cases, depending on how much the product costs. This one is $10. So if it's $2 more, that's a 20% increase. In order to save money, it then may, of course, not be worth it. It may be better for you to just get into the store. And these products are moving. You can look at this shelf. It's the one box on this level, and then they're going to the next level here with the Febreze spray. And this is supposedly tough on odors. So got maybe pets, or I'm not sure how it would do with cigarette smoke or that type of thing. So something to think about. Just be careful not to spray this stuff around too much, because of course there might be chemicals in there that might be harmful to some people who are allergic and whatnot. Now here, this is the Dawn, and it is on sale. We're looking at the price per ounce, and that's 10 cents. It's showing per ounce. I just wanted to quickly look at what the Kirkland brand is, which is 8.9 cents per ounce. So just a little cheaper, $7.99 for that container versus the $9.99 for the Dawn. And understand that there are some cases where the product is pretty much the same. I understand that the Huggies diapers are pretty much the same as the Kirkland diapers. They just have them run off the same line and brand those products differently. I'm not sure if that's the case with this Dawn product, but oftentimes that the quality is at least the same, if not the exact same product. I also heard with the Grey Goose, the Kirkland Costco might just be Grey Goose and a little cheaper. Food for thought. Food for thought. All right, so the Bounce Sheets also. And then all of these Tide products, not all of the Tide products are on sale, but all of the Tide products are Procter and Gamble. And so they would fall in line under this, the rebate, the Downy, the different varieties of Downy. Each of them are included with this sale for the Procter and Gamble, not the sale. Some of them are on sale, but all of them are part of the, if you got a $200 spend that you're trying to meet, they are all included in that. And we had a Cascade tablets earlier. So this is the Cascade liquid, $10.99. Just one more example of something you might want to go online and check the price of, which I did for you. You're welcome. I am out here working in these streets, getting you the Costco discounts. You can see over there to the right, $12.99 is what this very same Cascade dishwashing liquid will cost you. So a little cheaper if you can get out and get it from your local store versus buying it online. So now we're going to walk over to more of the toothbrush things, or the Oral-B. These are the Oral-B. Actually, the system itself. And I'm not sure what the difference is between these two. This one, they're giving you $20 off, which makes it $69. It has two in the pack. And then they have this other one, which is just one in the pack, and it'll be $64.99 with a savings of $15. And I'm not as familiar with that. I do own an Oral-B system. Of course, it's not one of these latest and greatest ones. I've had mine for a couple of years now, and I think they do a fantastic job. My dentist, I believe, agrees with me that he says there's not a lot of plaque buildup between my cleanings. So I think they do a good job. But of course, they sell the Philips version of this, which happens to have a larger head on the toothbrush. And so not sure if one is better than the other. Certainly can do some consumer reports or do some online research to see what people are saying about that. But if you have one, now is the time to buy the heads for them. So folks, that will do it again. Time to take advantage of the Procter and Gamble products. Stock up, build a little stockpile if that's your thing. But we need to make sure that we are taking advantage of this and taking advantage of any matching programs for your retirement. All right, folks, we got a lot of options. Thank you for choosing this one. Until next time, I'm out.